Hi everyone, welcome to Observability Guru. This is a video series dedicated for teaching Datadog for 2026. So we have already covered in the previous videos how to enable host monitoring with Datadog for AWS, and then how we can use process monitoring and how we can enable network monitoring as well. And now we will jump into the big part, which is about enabling application performance monitoring. So part of this is how we can enable the application performance related data, which is about enable the metrics and the traces and also the service map. All three we will cover part of next video. So just to refresh everything, we have application developed using Angular, which is the front end, which is having microservices developed using Spring Boot. So this is working in such a way that like we use car microservice to pull the car related detail, location microservice to pull the location detail, and then reservation microservices to pull reservation details as well. If I log into my EC2 console, you can see I have the discovery service, the gateway service, and then the location service, the car service, and reservation service running. So all the microservices are running. And what we have done is part of a previous video, we enable process monitoring. So inside Datadog console mapped to the particular host, I'm able to see all the running processes as well. And now we're going to look at how we can get the APM capabilities enabled. So just to start, I'll go back what we have done, right? If you remember the first video, we have gone and enabled agent in EC2. So enabling APM for systems are depend on the tech stack. So example, if you are hosting your application in EC2 instance based on the technical stack, it's Java, .NET. Likewise, you will have to enable or configure an agent. But if you are using AWS Lambda or EKS EC2, that's the integration is little different. So here we are going to focus on application hosted on EC2 instance. So if I go back again and if we discuss how we enable this agent, if you remember, I go to the agents, I select my OS version, and when it comes to here, I enable everything. I kind of like enable application observability, I enable it the continuous profiling and other thing. And typically what I have done is when I enable all of those things, I indirectly make sure that agent has full capabilities to enable the APM side of things as well. So that's when I directly kind of like at the API key, when I ran this command inside my EC2 instance in the first video, it directly enable APM for me. So that's one way of enabling APM in using Datadog in AWS. And there's another option recently Datadog has introduced where you can go and configure agent, right? So example, you have an agent running, I can go and configure it to enable APM. Right? So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go and add APM, and then I'll have to go and check whether which language I can enable it for all the languages, and then I go next, and then it will tell me that this particular agent what is running, and I can install this agent to have APM capabilities. So what we will do now is next we will try to go back and redo this again. Okay, so I now have a very brand new instance where I have not configured Datadog. It's the same app. I kind of like brought up a new instance. So now we will go and kind of do this again so we can go through how to the steps of how to doing this again, covering all the criterias. So now my host is Linux. So based on this, I want to enable application performance monitoring. So let me just go and enable the code security and other things as well. It's not mandatory, but like I'm just trying to do a demo. And then application observability perspective, the continuous profiling and database stream. So this will give you this particular big the command which I can run to enable this. So let me go and run this here. So let's give a couple of minutes for it to go and configure the agent. Now that we have our agent is being configured, we can go back and check whether agent is getting appear here. It will take a short time. Let us first go to the host map and see whether this particular host is getting appeared. Is this the host? 11b5. No, this is not the host. Like we will wait for until it to appear. As the new host is getting appeared now, ending 902. So we have 902 here. It looks good. So we don't have traces, logs or anything now. And one of the main reason why, even though we configure full stack agent, is after this we'll have to restart our services just like uh, typically what we do. So let me see all the jars running. All the jars are down. And just to check whether our application is not working, you can see its APIs are getting failed. So we will go and restart this. So this will take a couple of more minutes. So I'll pause the video. I'll come back when instance is up. Now all the microservices are up and running fine. It might take little bit of time until everything's get refreshed properly. So let me just refresh our POC. It's start loading. So I think ideally all the details are picking up nicely. So now we can go back to the host and we can go to this APM. First I'll go to the traces and I can see already environment is prod. Last 15 minutes there are no traces are happening. So let me go back and try to play around the application few more times, generate couple of traffic, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we have our traces flowing through. So one small issue I see is like environment is coming as none, which we have to fix it later. But overall, you will able to see the traces are coming. So you have to go to APM from traces. You can go to Trace Explorer, and at the moment just remove the environmental setting, and you can see it here. So if I see a particular service like location service, I'm able to look at get location call, and the phrases will appear nicely. You can see the particular get call, and then inside the location service get all locations, and then find all, and even that select SQL which is being run to uh, to extract the data from the database. So this is nice view. So you can see the car rental database, the MySQL calls, how much time the API gateway has taken, location service, and other detail. So I am able to go and navigate like a SQL section where I will see the time. I can look at it, and we have enabled profiling. So you will able to see some of the profiling detail here. So this is a very nice view, which we will spend more time later. So let's go back and see another service, like let's say car service, and let's look at get API call for car, and it's ideally the same way. You will be able to see the particular SQL, and from the time where it's been called, the time is spent on the car service, the API gateways, and the car rental database, that particular SQL query. So the traces will provide you a very detailed view of this application. And I can also go up to services. So services will provide you uh, all the details I need uh, related to this entire application. So you can see, I can see all the services here. So my discovery services and the API gateways, location services, and I can see it as a kind of a map as well. The service map will provide you very nice view of our app ecosystem. So you will get to know how your application components are interacting with each other. So here I can see like, who is connecting to my databases, likewise all the detail. And finally, if I go to the metrics section, I can explore some of the metrics coming from the APM section, my APM agent. So I can go back and explore, and then I can see some of the APM related metrics as well. So this will show you all the requests are coming here from let's say the car service, and I can look it for the location service likewise. So I can look at the errors. Think there are errors. I can look at the average latency. So all those details are very easily extractable here. And one other good thing is part of APM, if I go into my APM services, I will see the service dashboards. So I can go to the car service dashboard, where automatically it will pull and share me one nice view of the number of requests and errors together, and errors separately here as well, the latency, the response time, and all the other details related to this particular endpoint. So at this moment, I can able to see the traces and the metrics here. And at the moment, what is actually missing here is the logs, which we will look at it in the next video. So it's the same for reservation service. So all service related dashboards will appear very nicely, so that we are able to look at things properly. So this video, what I have done is we look at enabling APM. So because my services are hosted in AWS EC2 instance, we ran an agent with a one single click. We enable APM, and APM is allowing me to look at the services, and also it enables the traces. It enables the metrics as well. So in order to send the logs to the Datadog, we will have to do some small configuration changes to enable that. So we will look at that from the part of next video. So thank you very much for watching the videos and following this series through. If you have any question, feel free to put it in the chat. which I'll look it and get back to you. Thank you.